If you know anybody that claims that a movie with CGI would most likely end up being a piece of garbage or would have less heart or whatever complaint that they have about CGI, just show them this movie because oh my god, their mind would completely change. Okay, so the Jungle Book. So the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. So the Jungle Book follows the story of a young boy raised by wolves by the name of Mowgli, and after a constant struggle of fitting in with the wolf pack, he begins to believe that he doesn't fit in because of how different he is. Then just one normal day, an evil tiger named Shere Khan arrives to the jungle, and then he sees how different Mowgli is, and because of that, he wants to kill him. Which causes Mowgli to venture off in his own path to keep his adopted family safe, and to not be killed, and to possibly learn more about his differences. As Mowgli's on his journey to become a man, he learns that Shere Khan is still on a constant hunt for him, and Mowgli must decide if he wants to step up to the evil villain or run away completely. Now, the Jungle Book is the newest Disney live-action adaptation that will basically grab all these classic Disney animations and then turn them into a more modern, updated version of them. They did that with Sleeping Beauty, which I thought was kind of meh, and then they did Cinderella, which I dug quite a bit, and now they did the Jungle Book. But a part of me was like, yeah, these live-action Disney adaptations are fun, and it's cool to revisit this universe, but I felt like these were mostly cash grabs, in which it absolutely works. Again, it's nothing really negative about that statement, but it just felt like Disney was just remaking them for the sake of remaking them. But after seeing their updated version of the Jungle Book, that opinion is completely out the window. I took my words, I ate them, because the Jungle Book is absolutely fantastic. Oh my goodness. Let's get a couple things out of the way first. Is that first off, this is the same exact version how the 1967 Jungle Book was, and when it comes to story, Disney doesn't really do anything different here. I mean, it's been years since I've seen the original Jungle Book, but some of these Disney classics are so memorable the first couple times you watch them, it kind of makes them classics to begin with. So if you haven't seen the movie in years, there will be scenes that's reminiscent to the animated movie, and you're like, oh yeah, I remember that scene. It's been like 10 years since I've watched it, because the scene that did it for me was when Mowgli encounters the snake Kaa, and then she's using her hypnosis and temptation on him. I'm like, yeah, 1967 Jungle Book. So anyone going in expecting a completely different movie, don't do that, because it's already a good story in itself. You don't really need to do anything different per se. Expect it being a live-action Disney adaptation with tons of CGI animals roaming around. That's the only thing that's different, obviously. Because every single aspect that involves CGI in the Jungle Book was done masterfully. This is some of the best work I have ever seen when it comes to CGI. It's almost revolutionary in a way, since this movie was all recorded in a studio with a little bit of sets here and there and just all green screen, that all you need is a studio. Director Jon Favreau proves that you don't need to go on location to make certain areas believable. He made all the naysayers that was totally against an all green screen special effects film in its entirety that you can make that into a really great experience. Plus, I'm all about special effects and visionary directing, but if you take those special effects and use it as a means to tell its story, then I'm perfectly okay with that. But this new Jungle Book hits all those right notes, because I was highly convinced that I was looking at a real jungle. Like, granted, I've never been to a real jungle in my life, but that's what it felt like. And it was all thanks to the special effects department for bringing that to life. And this is seriously a masterpiece when it comes to CGI work. Now I just want more live action Disney adaptations. Just give them all to me, Disney. Just do it. Also to add, the voice acting here was perfect. There's not a single voice actor that felt out of place or anything, that you can tell that they truly became their character. You have Sir Ben Kingsley as the voice of Bagheera, who's the panther that helped raise Mowgli in the wolf pack and became his wise mentor. He was such a cool character. Idris Elba as Shere Khan is as menacing as it gets, because he can pull off both a hero and a villain voice, which is the best kind of voice, really. But every single time that he was on screen, I just had this chill to where I was expecting him to do something bad. Just the mixture of his look and his voice was perfect. And since we're talking about perfection, Bill Murray as Baloo, and we all know that Bill Murray is a comedy relief genius, but put him in a live-action Disney adaptation, it's just as much as the voice acting is perfect, can we talk about the kid that plays Mowgli? Because as a kid actor, he does an excellent job in this movie. It just goes to show that if you make an all CGI movie, it's best to get a kid actor, because they have that huge fire of imagination within themselves, pretending that they're actual animals in front of them. Because essentially, this kid was acting in front of nothing, but after you see the final project, that you can clearly see that he imagined all these animals in front of him, and it's just crazy for a kid actor. Props to everybody in the acting department, because it's oh so good, oh so perfect. And the only complaint that I have about the movie is its pacing, because this movie is about an hour and a half, and you just gotta keep the movie going and going for the kids. One event would happen in the movie, then all of a sudden another event would happen in the movie, and then I'm just like, oh my goodness, just slow down a bit. But really, it's nitpicking for me, because overall, I had a blast with the Jungle Book, because I say if you want to see the Jungle Book, I highly recommend you seeing it at the full admission. Go to the theater, experience this movie, it should not be missed. Alright guys, have you seen the new live action adaptation of the Jungle Book, and what is your favorite favorite version of the Jungle Book. Whatever it is, leave it down below. And as always, you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and all that social media shit down below. Keep in contact with me. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And as always, may the Force be with you.